Welcome. On her show. I was on her show, by the way. Check it out.
Please check it out. Is this working? Test. Yes. It's working? Good. Okay. Hi, everyone. Hi.
Closer.
I'm going to take this off now. All right. So, you might have figured, my name is Bess Goden, and I'm a millennial. You don't know me because you don't really know anything about my generation. Who we are has been described to you by ad men with their focus groups and marketing data, or corporate reporters that scrounge for clickbait in an effort to fill endless 24-hour news cycles. You haven't heard us speak about ourselves, our culture, our problems, because our voices drown in digital obscurity. Our access to the national microphone has been constantly stymied by our lack of jobs. A whole third of my generation is currently uninsured. Half of my generation puts off or completely forgoes treating health problems because they can't pay the bill. A full quarter of my generation has to take care of a sick family member while they hold down several jobs because they can't afford help. Yeah, I'm a diva. You have to wait. I'm so honored right now. Thank you, dude. You don't know me, but during my short adult life, I have been an example of all of those statistics. Health insurance cards flit in and out of my wallet like ADHD butterflies. I have changed jobs so often, my unedited resume would require its own hard drive. Only one of those jobs ever offered me health insurance coverage, and I paid so much for the premium, I had no money to pay doctors' co-pays or for my prescriptions. Obamacare was more of the same, and after a few months on one of those plans, I went completely broke. Home health remedies combined with ER visits were responsible for the majority of my health care as an adult. This method got me through 7 bouts of severe tonsillitis. Then my throat was so swollen, my breathing could have made Darth Vader jealous. Years of consistent back problems were treated with ice packs and ibuprofen until my back spasmed so bad it would lay me up for days. Luckily, I was insured during my back surgery about 4 years ago. But that didn't solve the $5,000 copay that I still owe the hospital. That's 2 months' salary for me. But none of this qualifies as unusual. Millennials are the most underinsured generation. This is normal. You don't have to know me to know that all of these circumstances are rampant among both the young and the poor. But you do have to know me if you want to know how I figure into that final statistic. I am one of the 25% of millennials who had to care for a family member. I am among those who spent an average of 30% of their income on taking care of first my parents as they slowly succumbed to cancer, and then my grandfather when he developed dementia. I am one of the 70% of caregivers that have missed work hours, not to mention better job opportunities, because of my responsibility. I am one of the 46% of caretakers whose own health has suffered due to their choice to take care of someone who needed them.
That's for sure.
Yes. Concurred. But most importantly, you don't know me because the millennials who have been elected to represent us are betraying their generation.
Yeah.
When AOC, Jamal Bowman, Ilhan Omar, and even Bernie Sanders, who I used to consider an honorary millennial, ran on Medicare for All, we trusted that they understood how desperately we needed it. That we can't wait for the right opportunity to spend your political capital. We are still in a pandemic. Hello. We have already lost our youth and our opportunity. While campaigning, you promised you understood us, but where are you now? Your inaction is ensuring our generation's demise. Through illness, through medical extortion, through forcing us to seek paid labor to fund our unpaid familial responsibilities. But the real sting in the betrayal is this. While we post GoFundMes to afford blood blood pressure medicine, we are still legally forced to donate a percentage of our meager resources to fund your health care. Absolutely. Absolutely. Millennials only own 5% of this nation's wealth. Why in Uncle Sam's name do we have to pay your bills too? If we ensure that you have health care by law, why aren't you doing the same for us? We need you now more than ever, and you are abandoning us. If I had abandoned my responsibilities when my family needed me the most, they'd have had much shorter lives and even more painful deaths. You don't know me, but Medicare for All could have saved my youth. Instead of repeatedly reminding my grandfather that I'm not my dead mother during my 20s, I could have been out networking to start the career that I got a master's degree for. Instead of cold calling every hospital in the tri-state area to see if they would treat my father, who was too overweight for most radiation machines, I could have been working overtime and saving up so that I could have saved my childhood home. My youth was stolen from me by the inadequacies of our medical system. Medicare for All.
Thank you so much, Bess.